Hello everyone, welcome to the Anime Recap Media YouTube channel. Please like the video, subscribe to help our channel and enjoy this full video.
In the first episode of Horimiya, we meet our two main characters, Kyoko Hori and Izumi Miyamura. At school, Hori is popular, smart, and beautiful, while Miyamura appears as a quiet, unassuming student. However, outside of school, they both lead different lives. One day, Hori encounters Miyamura outside of school and is shocked to discover his true appearance. Unlike his school persona, Miyamura has piercings and tattoos. This unexpected meeting sparks a conversation between them, leading to the revelation of their secret lives. As they spend more time together, a unique friendship blossoms between Hori and Miyamura. They share their hobbies, help each other with tasks, and slowly start to understand and appreciate each other's quirks. Their bond deepens as they discover that they can be their true selves around each other. Throughout the episode, we witness the contrasting yet complementary nature of Hori and Miyamura's personalities. Hori's outgoing and extroverted nature balances out Miyamura's introverted and reserved demeanor. They gradually become comfortable in each other's presence, forming a friendship based on understanding and acceptance. The second episode begins at Hori's home, where Hori's mum asks her about Miyamura's first name, but Hori didn't have a single clue about it. Hori's mum also expressed her willingness to meet Miyamura. Moving forward, Hori decided to figure out Miyamura's first name at school, but she failed. Now next day, Miyamura comes to Hori's home to hang out where he meets her mom, and later on, Miyamura asks Hori, why is she behaving so weirdly? Then Hori tells him that he was coming to her home for so many days, but she didn't even know his first name, and that's why he's upset. After listening to this, Miyamura couldn't stop his laughter and started laughing. Then Miyamura tells her his first name is Izumi. The next day, Student Council's two students, Sengoku and Sakura, arrive at Hori's classroom and ask Hori to do some work. Then we see Hori doing that work after school. In the meantime, Yuki comes to Hori and tells her to look at herself because Hori was so tired. Then Yuki asks her why she is doing so boring work which is not even hers. Listening to it, Miyamura tells Toru, maybe Hori likes Sengoku, that's why she does all his work without question. Actually, Sengoku was popular with girls because he was good at studies, and also was president of the student council. In the next scene, the third member of the student council, Ayasaki, comes to Hori and asks her for the notes which Sengoku gave her earlier. And there, Yuki tells them that Ayasaki is Sengoku's girlfriend. Then Hori left the classroom and all three of them were shocked. Because Sengoku was using Hori, she was okay with it. In the next, Ayasaki drops some pages from the file. Miyamura, who walking by the corridor, picks it up. The next morning, we see the three members of the student council putting the blame on Hori that she didn't complete her work and handing over the incomplete work, and they were forcing Hori to apologize. Then all of a sudden, Miyamura comes forward and gives a headbutt to Sengoku and shows him the report file papers and tells everyone that Ayasaki dropped them in the corridor yesterday. Then student council members apologize to Hori, and then they all head away. Later on, Miyamura, Toru and Yuki ask Hori why she always follows Sengoku's orders. Then we found out that Hori and Sengoku were childhood friends, and Hori used to always bully Sengoku. But after primary school, things changed in high school. Sengoku is returning the favor. The third episode is set after a few months, and all the students are in the third year now. Next, we see all the students in the classroom, where the teacher tells them to form a group for a project. And there we see a flashback of Miyamura's backstory. Miyamura was a loner. Since his childhood, everyone in his class used to stay away from him. In the next scene, we see Miyamura on the terrace, where he was still thinking about his friends and asking himself, are they really my friends? Then we see Ishikawa on the terrace too. There Miyamura asks Ishikawa, what you think of me? Ishikawa tells Miyamura that he is the only one in the class who calls him by his surname. He also tells him that he is kind of jealous, that how he went so close to Hori so quickly. After listening to this, Miyamura starts blushing and smiling. Then Ishikawa tries to stop him and calls him a weirdo. In the next scene, we see Hori in the school canteen, where Ayasaki comes to Hori and asks her, that is she dating Miyamura? Hori immediately refuses. Then Ayasaki says, if this is true, my way is clear and I'm going to date Miyamura. And all of a sudden, Hori bursts out and warns Ayasaki to do not to try on Miyamura. Next, we see Miyamura at Hori's home where they were watching a horror movie, and Miyamura was scared to watch it. Soon they got distracted and hold each other's hands. Now Hori tries to express her feelings, but she failed. The next day, we see Miyamura and Hori at the school. There, Hori notices Miyamura's hurt face. Then Miyamura tells Hori that he had an argument with Ishikawa, and when Hori sees Toru, she was shocked because his face was more messed up than Miyamura's. Then the scene shifts to last night where Toru and Miyamura were in Miyamura's home, and there Toru tells Miyamura that Hori likes you, but Miyamura disagrees. Listening to Miyamura's negative responses, Toru got mad, and they had a small fight. The fourth episode starts with our boys group, where we see Miyamura, Toru, and Sengoku eating ice cream. Moving on to the next scene, we see the main characters at Hori's place there. Miyamura tells Hori about one of his middle school friends who met him a few days ago. The next day, Hori was walking by the street where she meets a stranger. His name was Shindo, and he tells her that he is Miyamura's middle school friend. In the same scene, we see Miyamura and Toru too. They were also walking by the same street, and Toru tells Miyamura, "Hey look, Hori is talking with someone over there." Miyamura sees that Shindo is talking to Hori, and he runs to him and gives him a slash with his hand. Then he introduces Shindo to Hori in a very cold way. Then again we have a flashback of Miyamura's life, where we see how Shindo and Miyamura became friends, and Miyamura also tells us that Shindo changed his life in middle school. The next morning we see Hori has a fever, and Miyamura is with her, and in this scene, we see that sometimes Hori also feels lonely. In the last scene of the 4th episode, we see Miyamura confessing his feelings to Hori and leaves the room. Now Hori wakes up and asks herself, did he knew that I was awake? Episode 5 begins with Hori's home, where Suta tells Hori that he has seen Miyamura with another girl this morning. Listening to it, Hori starts overthinking, and now at school, Hori starts avoiding Miyamura, and we see her upset. Then we see Miyamura asking Hori about whether was she awake yesterday when he confessed to her. He also tells her that girl he was with this morning was Shindo's girlfriend, but Hori was too jealous that she didn't hear him and walked away. Then Moya went to Hori's home, and they both clear their confusion. Then we see Hori's dad in the home, and he starts interrogating Miyamura. But we got to know Hori's dad is super cool by the next scene. We see both characters coming close to each other. Moving on to the next scene, we see Sakura on the window looking at Toru, and Ayasaki comes to her and asks her, "Whom are you looking at?" And suddenly Sakura is flustered. Later Sakura tells her that she's in love with one guy, and episode 5 ends here. Episode 6 starts with Hori's home, where we see Hori's family and Miyamura together. There Hori's dad asks Miyamura to stay the night, and Miyamura was not able to say no. Next morning when Miyamura and Hori were leaving for school, and 2 students see them together coming out of one house. This news spreads throughout the whole school like fire, and students in the school started talking silly things about them. Miyamura listens to the students, and they were talking that why is a girl like Hori is dating gloomy boy like him. After listening to it, Miyamura decides to do something about it. And then we see some students asking Hori why her boyfriend is not coming to school, and there we see Miyamura entering the class with his new haircut. After seeing Miyamura's new look, and everyone in the class was shocked, suddenly the person they were calling Gloomy became popular and handsome. Girls started flirting with him, and looking at that Hori becomes so aggressive. Next, we see Miyamura getting followed by a girl, and later on we came to that she is Miyamura's neighbor, and her name is Honoka Sawada. Then we got to know that she likes Hori, and wants Miyamura to break up with her. Following Miyamura, Sawada comes to his home. Then she asks Miyamura, do he have a brother or sister? Miyamura tells her that he is a single child. The Sawada tells him that he had an elder brother but he passed away last year. The next morning we see Miyamura waiting for Hori there. He meets Sawada again here. Miyamura protects her from a few guys and observes that Sawada is not so comfortable around boys. In the last scene of episode 5, we see our main characters make a move, but they got interrupted by Hori's dad.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.